Hello. Okay, so we're going to talk about malas today. So this is a mala, and it's made out of 108 beads. So 108 beads here, and there's different patterns that are created within the malas for different intentions. So you'll notice that there's pink and then there's white, there's pink and then there's white, and they're going in a different pattern, right? So there's 2 of the white here, and then there's 11 of the pink. So here's one example. I have another example here of one that I created, and this one's a little bit different. So this is made with Amazonite, and this one actually has the 3 beads, and then it's got another pattern, and then the 3 beads, and then another pattern. And so the patterns are really significant as these malas are created. So numbers or numerology, there's different energy or different intentions behind the numbers. And as I'm creating the malas, I'm working with like the masculine and the feminine energy, or the moon and the earth energy, right? And the sun energy. And so that is part of how the beads are actually strung. And then as the beads are strung between each bead, you'll notice here that there's knots, right? So it's hand knotted between each of the beads. And as the knotting is done, the intention is that whoever this mala is for, whatever, as I'm making each knot, the intention is that something within them becomes unknotted. So we can get knots of tension in our physical body. We can get knots of tension actually in our mental, our emotional, and our spiritual bodies too. So 108 opportunities to unknot something within you. And then each of these malas are made with different stones or made with different crystals, right? So this one's got this gorgeous turquoise turtle as part of it. And then the beads on it are really a wonderful energy, really calming and soothing. And these are white howlite. And then the pink on it is pink jasper. And so each stone has its own vibration to it. And the vibration of the stone is there to aid or assist you in whatever it is that you're working on. So some people call me or we're in session and they're like, I really want a mala, but I don't even know what I'm working on. And so we can go through and we can discern what those different things are, and we can sort of tease them apart, and we can make it so that it's a really succinct thing, right? And so it could be working on relationships, or it could be working on self-confidence, or it could be working on pregnancy, or it could be working on abundance and manifestation, or it could be working on calmness, grounded, centered. So whatever those intentions are. And what I do when I'm creating a mala for somebody is I pick the beads that are going to assist them as they're doing that. So everything is made out of vibration. So of course, each stone is going to have its own vibration to it. So this one right here, this pink jasper and howlite, is going to have a really different feel or a really different vibration than this one, which is made out of Amazonite and quartz crystal. Then I have another one here that's made out of a green jasper, and you can even see by looking at them how different they sort of feel or appear. And this one's got a cute little charm on it too. So that's the mala. And what I do for people is I really like to infuse it with whatever their energy and their intention is. So as I'm creating the malas, I'm always in a meditative state, and I'm doing a lot of chanting. So I'm bringing vibration, I'm bringing frequency, I'm really bringing sound, and I'm infusing that into the crystals for whatever it is that is going to best assist that person. And in addition to that, I also do a chart. So I'll show you what the chart looks like. So the chart is like this, and I go through and I write whatever the intentions are that you have for your mala, and I put them here on this piece of paper so that you always have this intention sheet. And we can also put the mantra on there if you want to use a mantra when you're working with your mala. And so, okay, so there's so many things to say. So malas can be worn as necklaces, right? So they're actually kind of trendy right now. So it can be really nice as a necklace, and it can be working through your energy channels as you're wearing it like this. Sometimes it can sort of bounce and get in the way of things. And so what you could do instead is you could actually wrap it around your wrist as a bracelet. So most of the time I actually use mine as a bracelet. And the way to properly wrap it around your wrist would be to hold the mala. Let's see if I can adjust the angle here. So you're holding the mala, and you're having the tassel towards your arm. And the reason you want the tassel towards your arm is you want the energy of it. This is like the root of your lotus. So you want the energy of it going up your arm all the way to your heart. So then you begin by wrapping the mala around your wrist. And when you get to a spot where, okay, you're not probably going to get it around again, so what you would do here is you would maybe twist it once or twist it twice, and then you would scoop it through. And then you would take whatever is on the end and you would bring it towards the tassel, and then bring the next one towards the tassel, and the next one towards the tassel, so that each of the rows are over this tassel. So one, it's not flopping around, so you can kind of see that. So one, it's not flopping around, and then the other thing is the energy is constantly going from this tassel up my arm and into my heart throughout the day. So that's the proper way that you would actually be wrapping it around your wrist. Okay, so then if you have your malas and you want to work on infusing them with whatever your intentions are, let's see, which one do I want to use? I want to use this one. So I've got this gorgeous howlite with this. I love this blue. I think it's just so beautiful with the howlite. So what you would actually do is you would take the guru bead and you would put that guru bead or that last bead towards you. Okay, so the last bead is towards you, and then you are going to start with that next bead, and that's where you would begin the chanting. So if your mantra is, I choose love, light, and healing, right? So then you'd start and you'd go, I choose love, light, and healing. And then you'd move it towards you to the next bead. I choose love, light, and healing. And you'd move it towards you to the next bead. I choose love, light, and healing. And you'd move it towards you. I choose love, light, and healing. 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 And then some people, for the different colored beads, would have a different mantra. So it might be, the peace that's within me is deep and wide. The peace that's within me is deep and wide. The peace that's within me is deep and wide. The peace that's within me is deep and wide. I choose love, light, and healing. I choose love, light, and healing. I choose love, light, and healing. And you'd continue all the way through. So you'd be going all the way around 108 times. And you'd finish here. As you're doing it, you can have the beads in your right hand, because right is going to be more holding the energy and left is receiving. So it's like you're receiving energy in and you're putting it here into your mala stones. And then you're holding it with your right hand. Okay, and so another option is that we can actually work together to create whatever your mantra is, or I can just muscle test for you, whatever might be a helpful mantra. And the mantras can be done in English or they could be done in Sanskrit. Why in Sanskrit? Okay, so sometimes when we use words, the vibration of them changes or the energy of them changes. So if we look at words like the word gay, so gay had a really different meaning before than what the word gay has now, right? Another example would be the word Jesus. So Jesus can be used in like the most reverent way, or it can also be used like, I don't want to say it like that, blah, 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 right? Like Jesus and then Christ, but with like a really different intention and energy behind it. And so that can change what happens with the words. So the reason why people would continue to use Sanskrit is because it's more of an ancient language, and they would say that those words still maintain the same integrity or the same vibration throughout them. So it's really a personal preference. The whole point of chanting is to be able to change the way energy is moving throughout your body. And that in itself can actually be helpful to put a person into a meditative state, and they can be sort of meditating as they're chanting, or maybe it's after the completion of the chanting and going from sound to stillness or sound to silence, that maybe they might be able to feel a different level of stillness within that perhaps they haven't felt before. So what I love about these is that it's like intention on top of intention on top of intention with it. So it's creating different patterns for people with how the beads are going to be laid out for whatever it is that they want to work on, right? And there you're going to get this chart that shows you whatever your intentions are. And then the beads are going to be picked specially for you, and they're going to be some type of high vibrating crystal. So that's what's happening with malas these days. If you want to work together and have one created for me, let me know. I'll put a link here at the end of the video. So questions, comments, let me know.